What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Game That YouTube channel. In today's video, guys, we're doing a playthrough of Iron Helm by Jason Glover. We are continuing our adventure from the last playthrough with the Dwarf Monk of the Raven, guys. We took down the Naga boss in the first adventure, in the first installment of this series here with the Dwarf Monk, and it was epic, guys. It was a very hard-fought battle to get through that dungeon, and it was super, super epic. We're kitted out over here. We're going to go over the character here briefly. We've got our short bow. This is the weapon that we started the game with. We're still rocking the short bow, dudes. We've been hiding in the shadows and popping our enemies from the shadows with the short bow. We got the scale armor. Awesome. Best armor in the game. Subtracts 2 from initial damage and counter strikes. We cannot use the conceal or shadow skill, but we're not worried about it. We're stealthy enough. We also have the magic ring here on our finger. Once per dungeon level, you may avoid an ambush. Amazing loot. We picked up a field guide off of the Naga boss at the end. You gain an additional ration whenever you enter the mushroom grove. And we got a couple potions. We got an energy potion to gain a couple of energy back. And we've got an ice shard potion that we can throw at some enemies, and it does extra damage to foes weak to ice. Also, we've got a few skills over here, guys. We've got archery right here. So archery says that when using a bow, you may re-roll all die results of 1, which is good because with our short bow, it says you must re-roll die results of 6. So this is kind of counterbalancing that a little bit for us. We also have dodge. You gain 1 less poison damage from the arrow trap. Very, very good. We've got the best skill in the game, Sixth Sense. Once per dungeon level, you may either avoid an ambush, like with the magic ring, or you can reveal both dungeon cards and choose one to resolve. And last but not least, we leveled up after defeating the Naga boss last time, and we got the dash agility skill. Once per dungeon level, you may spend energy to avoid any dungeon card. You roll to see how much energy you spend. If you roll a 1 or a 2, you lose half your energy, kind of gnarly. A 3 or 4, you only lose 1 energy, and a 5 or 6, you don't have to spend any energy, and you just get to skip any dungeon card. So there we go. That's our skills right there. As the dwarf, our race ability, you gain 1 health whenever you resolve the treasure card, and that is pretty much it, guys. We are ready to go. So in between adventures, in between dungeons, we're going to take a pit stop at the Lonely Troll Inn here. It says, in between adventures, you find rest at the Lonely Troll where you may do the following. 1, refresh your health and energy to their starting levels and remove all poison. So we are good to go. We're back at full health and we are back at full energy. I believe we have, we've got 15 health and we've got 10 energy. We can also hold up to 12 weight worth of items, which is insane. And it says, you may spend your gold on any items in the trapping deck. You know what? Also, before we do that, it's important to note too that you also gain gold and rations as printed on your character card. So we're going to gain 0 gold, but we will gain 3 rations. And it's important to note too that you're supposed to discard any rations that you have from the previous adventure. In between adventures, in this case, we didn't have any. We ran out. So we're just going to stock back up to 3. So we could spend gold on any trappings in the trappings deck, but I think I'm just going to hang on to my 1 gold and maybe save that for when we find a merchant in the dungeon. And last but not least, you may trade in any remaining enemy cards as trophies, gaining 1 gold each, but we don't have any. I had spent all of my energy, or all of my enemies rather, in the graveyard on skills, so they've all gone back into the enemy deck. We don't have any left over. So that is it. The last thing that we can do is we can hire a henchman. So typically you're supposed to be able to get to choose the henchman. There are 8 different henchmen here, but I like to do it random. I like to play it like we roll up in the Lonely Troll and just find out who happens to be there. So let's go ahead and shuffle these up and see who we get. And we got Borko. I don't know if I've ever had Borko. This is cool. So I'm going to set the rest of these off to the side. Back this way. Cool. So we've got Borko here. It says, when Borko is traveling with you and you are in combat, you may flip a single die to its reverse side when you attack. Oh, that's cool. So like if you roll a 1, you could flip it over to a 6. That's pretty sick. It's once per dungeon level. Okay, good to know. When at the campsite, he will automatically take the search action, gaining you 1 food. This sounds familiar. Maybe I have had Borko. You may choose to take an additional action for yourself. Okay, cool. So at the campsite, he's searching for food for us. That's awesome. And then it says in red, Borko does not carry his own food and will need to be fed at the end of each level. If you cannot feed him, he will lose 1 morale. Oof. Okay. And it looks like it costs 3 gold to hire this guy. I don't have the gold to hire this guy. Well, we might not hire Borko, guys. Rip. That would have been cool. That's a pretty steep penalty there, though, to have to feed this guy. I mean, I guess it's cool because he he kind of like tries to feed himself by searching for food at the campsite, but rather than that being a bonus for you to get extra food, you have to use it just to feed him. So basically, he just lets you flip a die over to its reverse side once per dungeon level. You know what? Screw this guy. Borko, you can stay at the Lonely Troll. We're going to put him back over there in the pile. Oh, well. It is what it is. It is what it is. We're okay. We don't need anybody else, guys. We can go it alone. Okay, so we're going to peace out from the Lonely Troll. And we're going to head down the road to this level 2 adventure, guys. Galnok's Labyrinth. As the moon rises in the sky and the howls of nightmare creatures linger in the air, you find yourself at the entrance of a cave. Maybe a good place to take a little rest. Ooh, I don't know about that. Okay, so it says, remove the following cards from the base game and replace them with the cards found in this adventure pack. Enemies. Remove the Orc Warriors, Goblins, Wolves, and Fishmen. I've already gone ahead and done that. And the plots, the Old Woman, the Passageway, and the Wolf. I've removed those. And the boss for this adventure is Galnok. So there we go, guys. We're going to flip this over, and we've got a special little map here. And this is going to be Galnok's Labyrinth right here that we're going through. There's like a, looks like some sort of waterfall or river or something, a stream running all the way through the labyrinth here in this cave. And we're going to start at level 1. You retain your morality from the previous adventure, so we're at -2 morality starting out. And we're going to go ahead and shuffle up the decks and get into this playthrough, guys. That was cool. It's always fun getting to take a pit stop at the Lonely Troll in between adventures, seeing who might be hanging out there, who might want to come along with you on your adventure, and yeah, and healing back up is always good too. Getting full energy and full health. Yeah, as a monk, it's kind of tough, I guess, to unless you have, you know, coin left over from the previous dungeon. It's kind of hard to hire any henchmen unless you find someone that only, you know, wants like a gold or something to come along with you. But Borko has a pretty high price. He only had 2 morale too. The guy's expensive. Yeah, doesn't seem very worth it. He can stay at the Lonely Troll. He can stay at the Lonely Troll. I hope we don't get to a point to where we like get to the boss, and if I had him, I would have won by being able to flip over the die. It is what it is. Hopefully not, though. We're going to shuffle up this loot. There's 3 unique pieces of loot that you can find in Galnok's Labyrinth. So they are getting shuffled into this deck right now. And there are also a few special enemies that you can encounter in Galnok's Labyrinth that are getting shuffled up. And of course, since we started the adventure with the OG dungeon deck here, we're going to stick with that one for this playthrough. Maybe on the next one we'll do a Howling Abyss run for you guys, because I know some of you guys really like the Howling Abyss dungeon deck. Okay, we're going to shuffle up the dungeon deck, and then last but not least, we're going to get those blessing tokens shuffled up as well. Cool, guys. This is looking pretty good, man. This is looking pretty good. We're pretty kitted out. I'm feeling really good about starting the adventure with the best armor in the game, the scale armor. That's always good. And we've got an energy potion in our back pocket to regain some energy if we need to, so we can attack quite a bit. We're going to set a blessing token here to remind myself to use my blessings at the end of the level if we reach the boss. And here we go, guys. We're heading in to Galnok's Labyrinth with the Dwarf Monk of the Raven. I hope you guys have your drinks and your snacks ready to go, guys. Let's get into this adventure, dudes. Into the dungeon we go. There's a skirmish to start things out. I am going to push my luck into a skirmish. And guys, we're going to make use of our newly acquired skill, Dash. The dwarf learned how to run. Once per dungeon level, you may spend energy to avoid any dungeon card. Roll to see how much energy you spent. This is going to be very, very risky because we're at full energy right now. Also, we don't need this die. I was going to use that for the henchman, but we'll just let it hang out right there. Come on, baby. 5 or 6. Or a 2. Half your energy. Well, this sucks, guys. This really sucks. There goes 5 energy gone like that. Not sure it was worth it. Not sure it was worth it. You know what? I'm going to drink my energy potion and gain back 2 energy. Damn, dude. Rough way to start, guys. Okay, we're going to gain back 2 energy. Oof, that was rough. Damn. Okay, let's not fret. Let's keep on going. We ran away at least. We didn't take any damage. We found the merchant. Deep in the dungeon seems like a strange place to set up shop. But who are you to question his sanity? You may make a purchase from the merchant. We're here on level 1, so he's going to have 1 loot in the form of an ice hack, excellent weapon, and 1 potion, an ice shard. Very, very cool. Very thematic. Very interesting. I would like to get that ice hack, but I don't have nearly enough gold to do so, guys. Not nearly enough gold. I mean, I could sell the field guide for one. That would be two. I'm still not going to have nearly enough. No. I will buy the ice shard potion, though. I'll give him a gold and scoop up the ice shard potion. You can keep the ice hack. Unfortunately, that would have been nice to get. And I think I'm just going to actually keep the field guide in case we do find the Mushroom Grove. We'll gain an additional ration. Okay, let's keep on going. We got a skirmish. I'm going to push my luck into a skirmish. I guess this is going to be one of those runs, guys. You are taken off guard and stumble for your weapon. Draw an enemy card and add the dungeon level +4 to their health. So +5 to the health of a skinkling. Okay, that's not too bad. He's got 6 health. That could have been much, much worse. When the skinkling successfully hits, you gain 1 poison token. Also, you deal 2 damage to your foe before taking initial damage. So he's going to go down to 4. So yeah, when he successfully hits, he gains 1 poison token. He does 0 damage, and we're blocking 2, so he's getting -2 to his roll. And he did 2, -2 is 0, so we don't take any damage, and we don't take any poison damage either. I am going to spend 1 energy and roll. We're going to shoot at him with the short bow, and we're going to hit him for 2 damage and drop him down to 2. That sucks. He's going to retaliate. He gets -2 to his attack. And he does 2 -2 is 0. I'm kind of tempted to just punch him because we're running low on energy. I'm going to punch him, put him down to 1. He gets -2 to his attack. He rolls doubles and misses, and we're going to punch him down. Yeah, that was good. Using our armor to our advantage there. So he's got a treasure class of 1 and drops 1 gold. So with a treasure class of 1, we can draw a loot or take a gold. I'm going to go ahead and take the loot, and we find a Warhammer. This says that you get +3 to the sum of your attack roll versus undead enemies. That's pretty cool, honestly. Considering we've seen a bunch of skirmishes so far, we're probably going to get the upper hand on our enemies and not get to use the ability of the short bow. So I am going to pick this up. We're going to go up to 11 encumbrance, and I'm actually going to temporarily swap weapons and go to the short bow here. There we go. We're also going to get this dude in our graveyard over this way. Okay, cool. That was pretty good. See, keep on going. Let me make sure my encumbrance is correct. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, okay, we're perfect. Here we go. You have spied a relatively... Oh man, where's Borko when we need him? You have spied a relatively quiet location to set up camp. It will not be long before you attract attention to yourself. Choose one of the following actions. We're cooking, guys. Spend 1 ration to gain 3 energy. Don't even got to think about it. There you go. Give me my 3 energy back. 1, 2, 3. Not too bad. We're only down 1 energy now. After all of that, after that dash, using up so much of our energy, we ran hard, dude. We sprinted hard. We're back in business. Sometimes a sanctuary is found in the least expected place. You drop at the altar and pray for either a blessing to gain a blessing token or healing to remove poison. We don't have any poison, so we're going to gain our first blessing token of the adventure. Let's go. Let's keep on going deeper. A clearing. Anything can happen in a clearing. Draw a plot card. Oh, baby. You are drawn to the sounds of a whimpering animal. You are amazed to find a very small pig-like creature with a human likeness caught in a snare trap. We can release the pigman or carve up the pigman. Your belly rumbles at the sight of the pigman, and you get to work preparing a fire. Move down 1 on the morality track and gain 3 energy. Don't mind if I do. We're back to full energy, guys, and we gain 1 icon toward finding the boss. Boom, we're on the map. Let's go. We're on the map. Nice. We're getting close to the end of level 1. We're zipping through it, guys. We're zipping through. Let's go. You have located a grove of young mushrooms. Gain 1 ration? Nah, dude, I got this field guide. Gain an additional ration whenever you enter the mushroom grove. I start thumbing through the field guide. I'm like, ooh, I recognize that mushroom. Boom, we get 2. We know that these are edible. We're going to pick 2 of them rather than 1. Let's go. All right, we're going to keep going. Last room of level 1, dudes. We've got a skirmish. We're pushing our luck into an ambush, and we're going to 6 cents. Once per dungeon level, you may avoid an ambush. Boom, just like so. There we go, guys. That was level 1 of the dungeon. Done and dusted, dude. Amazing. Amazing. We're going to shuffle up the dungeon deck. This game is so freaking good. I love Iron Helm. My goodness. This game is so fun. So fun. Okay, let's get this all mixed up. There we go. Boom. I like so. In between, we're going to eat a ration. We're at full energy, so we don't need to gain any. We don't have any poison. We're going to move into level 2 of the dungeon. We're going to get back our Sixth Sense and Dash skills here, and we're going to draw a plot card, and it is the Death Knight. So standing in the hall leading down from level 1 to level 2 is the Death Knight here. It says gain 2 blessing tokens when you defeat the Death Knight. Dude, and we'll also get 4 icons if we defeat him, guys. He's got 14 HP. He is not playing around. We're going to put a 10 and a 4 on him. He's got 2 attack, 1 treasure class, and he is weak to undead. Okay, he's going to get 2 attack first. We're going to cancel out his 2 attack with the 2 block from our scale armor here. So it's just whatever he rolls. Also, he's undead. We deal +3 to the sum of our attack rolls versus undead enemies. Let's freaking go. He rolls doubles and misses. Guys, the dwarf is just tumbling left and right, dude. Let's go, man. We're playing Dark Souls once again. We're going to attack this guy. I'm going to spend 3 energy. And then, once again, just to reiterate, +3 to the sum of your attack rolls versus undead enemies, which he is. So we're doing +3 damage with the Warhammer. Get annihilated. 16 damage, dude. Oh, baby. Let's freaking go, guys. Crush him with the Warhammer. He's got a treasure class of 1. We're going to go ahead and pick up a loot. It is... Do we want the loot or do we want gold? Because we've got a lot of loot. No, we're gonna do it. Let's go. It's an emerald that weighs nothing. Discard while trading with the merchant to gain any 1 item he is selling. Let's cross our fingers and hope that we cross a merchant that's got an Iron Helm. That would be incredible. You gain 2 blessing tokens when you defeat the Death Knight. 1, 2, and 4 icons. Bam! All the way up to 5, dude. We're speed running the game. That's cool. So we take down the Death Knight. He's yelling, "I'll bite your ankles off," in the distance as we make our way down to level 2. And here we go, guys. We're going down into level 2. That was amazing. That was amazing. Crushed the mini-boss in 1 hit. We found an altar. We're going to go ahead and pray for a blessing and gain a 4th blessing token. Dudes, we're unstoppable right now, guys. We're unstoppable. A clearing. Anything can happen in a clearing. Draw a plot card. Come at me, bro. Loud squealing echoes off the cavern walls in the clearing. You see a small pig-like man being cornered by a large gray serpent. We can defend the pigman or keep moving on. We're going to go ahead and decide to leave the swine to defend itself. As you creep away into the next passage, you hear a loud scream, followed by silence. Move down 1 on the morality track and gain 2 icons. We're down to -4, and we're going to gain 2 icons and go up to 7. The cube was breakdancing right there. Nice, guys. We're going deeper in. What do we got? An ambush? We're going to do it. You catch your foe by surprise and gain the upper hand. Draw an enemy card and ignore their initial damage. Add the dungeon level to their health. So 2 to the health of an undead archer. So he's got 6 health and he's undead. So we're going to get +3 damage, dude. What a good decision to swap that. Let's freaking go. It says you may not defend against initial damage. Who cares? We're sneaking up on you, bro. You don't even know that we're coming. You know what, guys? We're going to spend 1. We're going to spend 1. We're doing +3 to our roll. We need 3 or better. 66% chance right here. Boom. Let's go. 8 damage. Crush the undead archer from behind with the Warhammer, dude. All right. We're going to get 1 loot. It is a health potion. Let's go, guys. We're maxed out encumbrance. And we also get a gold. Dudes, let's go, man. We are rocking and rolling right now. And then we get the undead archer in our grave. 1 more, and we could get an agility skill, but I don't think there's any I really want. Martial arts, you do not need a hand weapon to roll dice in combat. Dude, that's actually insane. This is insane. Your bare-fisted attacks deal 2 damage instead of 1 in combat. Dude, martial arts is crazy. Yeah, martial arts is insane. I mean, we don't need it, but that's an insane skill, dude. Like, if we chose to just go for, like, a bunch of armor and then eventually just transition into martial arts, we don't need a weapon to roll dice in combat. We could spend energy and roll dice. And our bare-fisted attacks, where we don't spend energy, will deal 2 damage instead of 1. Dude, martial arts is actually crazy. I've kind of been sleeping on this skill. I don't know why it never hit me until just now how crazy that is. Conceal and Shadow we're never going to use because we have scale armor. You cannot use Conceal or Shadow. So either we go for martial arts or we try to get 5 enemies and then start going outside of our proficiency into Brawn and Mind, which is probably what we're going to do. Okay, so let's keep on going here. We've got a skirmish. I'm going to push my luck into a skirmish. That really sucks. We're going to dash. we are going to death. So once per dungeon level, you may spend energy to avoid any dungeon card. Roll to see how much energy you spent. We're getting so unlucky, guys. 2, we got to spend half of our energy again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We lose 3 energy. I'm about to never pick dash ever again after this. That is so unlucky. We've lost 8 energy to that card. That is ridiculous. Dang, guys. All right, let's keep on going. We got the arrow trap. We're just going to resolve it because we've got dodge. We take no poison. We go deeper. We've got an ambush. I'm tempted to just 6 Sense and just skip it because I want to conserve energy. Yeah, I'm going to 6 Sense and we're going to skip it. We're going to go deeper. We got a Mushroom Grove. Let's freaking go, guys. We got the field guide, so we gain 2 rations instead of 1. Let's go. Okay, we're going to go deeper again into the final room. We got a skirmish. I'm going to push my luck. Into the merchant. Let's go, guys. We're on level 2. So he's going to have 2 loot and 1 potion. He's got a dagger. He's got a Greedy's Wayhander. And he's got an antidote. Ooh, the antidote is pretty damn good, guys. I think I'm going to sell him... the Ice Shard potion here to gain a gold, and then I'm going to give him that gold right back to pick up the antidote, and we're still at 12 encumbrance here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus 6 is 12, yeah, and then the emerald weighs nothing, and then he can go ahead and keep the dagger and the Greedy as Wayhander here. And guys, I'm going to let Ziggy out of the room real quick. Hold on. Let me let Ziggy out real quick. There we go. There we go. He's excited. He's excited if you can't tell. Okay. Let's see, guys. That was the end of level 2. Yeah, that was the end of level 2. There's always got to be a Ziggy intermission, right? Okay, let's go ahead and shuffle up the dungeon deck. We're going to go into level 3 here, dudes. We're going down to level 3, boys. Dude, we're freaking hooked. Dude, look at our kit. Dude, we're hooked up, dude. The dwarf just strolling around, sneaking around in the shadows with the warhammer, dude. Let's go, baby. Okay. We're shuffled up. We're ready to go for level 3. We're going to eat a ration in between levels and get a very, very much needed energy back. We're going to get dash, stupid dash, and 6 Sense back. We've got no poison, so we're good there. We're going to move into level 3. We go down, down the water slide. We draw a plot card, and it is the shrine. In the clearing, you find a towering shrine covered in vegetation. You are overwhelmed by a sense of power just as a gentle breeze rushes past you. Gain blessing tokens equal to your position on the morality track. Well, we're at negative 4. You don't lose any if you're at negative 4, but we also don't gain any. But we do gain 3 eyes toward finding the boss, and we're at 7, so we're at 10, and we're going to the boss. Dude, that was insanely fast, I feel like. That was so quick. So we're fighting the boss here at the beginning of level 3, guys. And of course, the boss is going to be Galnok, but first, let's use our blessing tokens here and hope that we get some energy back because we're running low. There's a heart. We're already at full health. There's an energy. Let's go. I can't complain. As long as we got that 1 energy. Another energy. Amazing. And can I get 1 more? And cure all poison. Okay, we don't have any poison on us, but it is all good. Cool, man. I couldn't ask for more than that. We got 2 energy right there out of 2. Very, very good. Very fortunate. Okay. I think we're basically ready to go here, guys. We're going to fight freaking Galnok. Are you ready for this, dudes? You ready for this? We got Galnok. 20 HP, 2 damage, 2 treasure class, drops 3 gold, and dude, he's undead. Dude, the Warhammer was the best thing we could have ever picked up, I swear. If Galnok rolls doubles, he strikes for the value indicated on one of the dice. So like if he rolls like double 6s, forbid, God forbid, he's going to deal 6 damage to us. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Or if he rolls double 1s, he deals 1 damage. He never misses. He always hits you, basically. He's got 20 HP. We're going to put 2 10s on him like this. Boom. Okay, he's going to get to attack first, guys. He does 2 damage, but we're blocking 2 with our scale armor. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything else. I think we are good to go, guys. I think we're good to go. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Okay, so he's just doing whatever he rolls, his base damage here. And he's doing 2 damage to us. Dude, we're at full health. This is insane. Okay, it's our turn to retaliate. I'm spending 3 energy. 1, 2, 3. Again, he's undead. We're doing plus 3 damage to the sum of our attack rolls versus undead enemies here. Okay, we did 10 plus 3 is 13, and we put him down to 7. Okay, pretty good, man. Pretty good. More than half of his health. Can't complain. That 1 is a little meh, but you know what? Can't complain. Okay, Galnok's going to retaliate once again. He's doing 2 damage, -2 from our scale armor. Whatever he rolls, 1 damage. I'm going to spend 3 energy. +3 to our roll. 7 + 2 is 9, +3 is 12. He's dead. Dude, let's freaking go, guys. This is what I am talking about, dudes. This is what I'm talking about. He's got a treasure class of 2. We get a loot. It is... oh, baby. A Talhofer buckler. Dudes. Subtract 1 from initial damage. Awesome. +1 damage to the sum of attack rolls. Insane. May be used with 2-handed weapons. Completely insane. It weighs 2, so we got to drop some. Okay, short bow. You were amazing, dude. You were so good. You weigh 1. We're getting rid of you. This thing was amazing, dude. The short bow actually performed a lot better than I've given it credit for in the past. That was super cool, sneaking around the dungeon last time in the first adventure and just one-shotting everybody, but we're going to go ahead and drop it. We're down to 11. I think I'm going to drop the field guide too. The field guide has served its purpose. It's been very, very good, but we're going to go ahead and drop that and go down to 10. And then we're going to scoop up the Talhofer buckler and go back up to 12. And dude, boom. And we can use the Warhammer with it because you can use 2-handed weapons. That's the most, this is like one of the most broken items in the game, dude. Best shield in the game by far. Way better than the buckler. Way better than the shield. Talhofer buckler. Insane. And we also get a potion, which we're probably not going to be able to carry. It's a spark bomb. And no, we'll just keep what we've got. We'll just go ahead and drop the spark bomb. And then we're going to get 3 gold as well for defeating him. 1, 2, 3 right there. We're up to 5 gold. And then we get Galnok over here in our graveyard. And we're not going to be able to use them for these guys for skills, unfortunately, and outside of our proficiency, unless we go for one of these skills. So you know what? We may as well just flip these 3 and get martial arts just because. Like, why not? We're not going to be able to use those anyways. We'll be able to sell them, I believe, as trophies. Unless I'm mistaken. Maybe you can carry those through, but either way, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and grab martial arts. We're going to grab martial arts because even then, even if we still have a weapon, our bare-fisted attacks deal 2 damage now instead of 1, which is insane. That's insane. What a crazy skill. There it is, guys. The Dwarf Monk of the Raven is going on an absolute rampage through the dungeons of Iron Helm right now, dude. He smashed the Naga boss in the first adventure, and then he crushes Galnok handedly in the second adventure, only losing 3 health, dude. Barely got any damage on him at all whatsoever. Amazing stuff. We're kitted out, dude. It can't get much better than this. We were already super kitted out coming into this adventure, and now with the addition of the Talhofer buckler and martial arts skill, dude, I feel sorry for the boss that's in level 3 in the third adventure. So we're going to go into another one next time, guys. I'm kind of thinking I might do the Crystal Caverns or the Crystal Caves, I think it is, with the big ice dragon boss. That could be pretty cool. So yeah, I think we're going to do that one next time. So be on the lookout for that one, guys. And hey, if you enjoyed this playthrough, hit the thumbs up like button, click the red subscribe button, and click the bell to stay notified every time I upload a brand new video. And I'll have that next adventure with our Dwarf Monk of the Raven coming up very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. And until then, have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.